All right, everybody, welcome back to the Western New York Athletics High School Football Day here at Sweet Home High School, where the Will-East Flames come out victorious 42-35 today. 42-35, your winner. Will-East improves to 4-0. Say that again. Will-East is 4-0. And a lot of that has to do with this young man to my right. His name is Sean Sandstone. If you haven't met him yet, Western New York, this is another look at one of the top quarterbacks in our area. He had a huge day in leading the Flames with 6 touchdowns in the victory today over Sweet Home. Tim Chifa, to my far right, joins us again. If you caught our pregame show, thank you very much, and welcome back to the postgame show here. We've got a winner here at Sweet Home. It was a shootout with the Flames and Panthers. Sean Sandstone, winning quarterback today. You threw 6 touchdown passes. Darian had 3. Kulik had 2. I mean, who caught the other ball?
It was Dorian Kulik,
Calvin.
and then, it was... Yeah, Calvin Kulik had 2, and then, Deuce.
Oh,
Deuce
had a nice one, too.
He had a nice touchdown. Wasn't that in someone else's hands, and that ended up in his hand?
It was right over his
crazy
helmet.
Yeah, it was great.
He came in.
Yeah.
It was head top.
But
So tell me what it's like, this type of offense, you don't see it too often in high school. It's more like a college type of offense.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what it's like playing in this offense, having those kind of weapons out there, every week.
Being in a spread offense with 4 wide receivers you can trust, it really just boosts my confidence and ability to throw the ball and give the ball to the receivers.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't imagine playing with guys this size.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be great. You have to feel like you can just throw the ball anywhere. They're going to go up and get it for you.
It's that trust.
What was the game plan coming into today?
Our game plan was to, stop Theodore on defense, but offensively we really wanted to keep a balanced offense, like half throw, half pass. Half throw, half run, sorry.
Yeah, no, I got you.
early in the game, you guys had recovered a kickoff. And then I think they also had maybe a muff punt somewhere. But, that helped get your offense to work with a short field. And that's something that you really, Timmy, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Whenever you give an offense like the Flames, you get an offense like Sweet Home's, a short field to deal with.
They also gave him a roughing the passer, which I thought was an easy call, but that kept the drive going, that one drive.
Yeah, that was huge.
I know the Sweet Home coach didn't like the call. I was standing right there. It was an easy call. It was definitely late. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, Sean was very impressive today, but I got to tell you, I was also impressed with that young sophomore quarterback from Sweet Home, Mr. Panapino.
Yeah,
really
he could play.
Really good day. He had the way he led this team down in that final drive. Was it 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16?
Yeah, they definitely had a chance.
Find the open receiver, and just things didn't go their way at the end there. I thought they were going to go in for the score. Let's talk about your defense today. I mean, your offense played very well, but we talked about that before the game. It was going to be whose defense can hold up the longest. And
they definitely came.
Flames came up
big at the end, right?
Yeah. Sweet Home has such a big offensive line, so the key was just keep Jordan Theodore behind the line of scrimmage, and our linebackers did a good job with it. But towards the end of the game, we were, I don't know, we didn't struggle with that.
I think it's a tough position for a sophomore quarterback to be in.
Yeah.
You remember playing 2 years ago. The game was so much faster. And I'm sure as a senior, it's probably slowed down for you quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I thought both quarterbacks. This was probably the best game of quarterbacking that I've seen this year between both. And Sean here with 6 touchdowns, that's just incredible. And that's back-to-back weeks, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You just don't see that too often.
No, you don't. So obviously, I'm sure the County Cup was here. I'm sure they paid attention to what was going on out there. This wasn't like a 3-0 team, Tim, versus an 0-3 team. I mean, he threw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Darian had 3 of them. Darian, I always mess his poor kids.
It's
Dorian with 3 touchdowns. And this isn't 2 schlup teams here. I mean, this is they did it against a quality A school.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance we're going to see one of them. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves. Cover yours for a second. You don't want to get too far here, but you got to wonder: is one of these teams destined to hit? The roof this year?
I was looking at the schedule, and again, I was looking at the schedule, and they play McKinley in a couple of weeks. Who knows? That could be the battle of unbeatens. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
They play Kemper West next week, who they can upset anybody in any week too. So
it's still early in the season.
Exactly.
Sean, great job today. I know you want to get on that bus and celebrate your teammates. Why don't we get Mr. Dorian Faison Jr. in here real quick before we get your head coach. Good seeing you again.
Great job, buddy. Dorian, come on in, pal.
Sean says he's listed as 5'9". Are you 5'9"? 5'10". He says 5'10". I was standing next to him the other day at practice. I'm 5'7". I'm going to go 5'8.5", 5'9".
This kid's not 5'9".
He's not 5'9". His hands are bigger than my head.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Dorian, 3 grabs today for touchdowns and a couple other big catches, too, to extend drives. Talk about the confidence that you have with your quarterback and the confidence he also has in you, and just this combination. It's, not to make your head any bigger. I'm sure it's not that big, but still. I mean, when you look around the quarterback to receiver combinations, Tim, we talked about this before. You got Dylan Evans and Gosell out at Orchard Park.
Yeah.
And then you got to talk about these two guys, Faison and Sansone. That the coaches from the Willies are getting on us. They want to get out of here tonight. I don't know what you guys are celebrating.
Dorian, quickly, tell me what it's like playing this offense, playing with this quarterback. Tell me what it's like.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Because we know each other's game. We put in the work. All of us, the whole receiving corps, we put in the work. Me and him put a little extra work in because how committed he is to the game, how committed I am. But, it's just hard work.
Offensively, you guys are incredible. I thought you had a great game defensively, too. A couple big tackles. I thought you guys really, held them in the last drive, too. Talk a little bit about your defense, standing up big in the last drive.
Win or go home. That's the mentality. Win or go home. Trevor was yelling at us before the thing. Not yelling, but
I can't believe that.
Our head on, right? Our Mike linebacker, Charles Smith and Jason, they put our defensive line in that kill switch, and Michael Cioli, he turned us up.
Dorian, let me ask you this question. Your coach, he was a member of the school for a long time. His kids played here, dominated for Sweet Home. This is a big win for him. Did you guys know the history with Coach in the school?
Yes, we did.
Dorian, go celebrate.
Yes,
have a great time. Good luck the rest of the season,
Yes,
boys.
Dorian.
Yes, sir.
As Dorian facing Timmy, he had he was on the money today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to bring in head coach Mike Turillo of the Willys Flames. Not only is the head football coach, he's also the hockey coach there as well, where they've had, believe it or not, they've had a lot more success on the ice than they have. He can't hear me right now. That's why I'm saying this. They've had a lot more success on the ice than they have on the gridiron in recent years. But Coach, again, huge win for your program. You guys are 4-0. I don't know if you guys have ever been 4-0 before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Not since I've been there, so we'll leave it at that.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
There's something your team is playing with that they haven't had in a long time. That's confidence. I mean, these guys are extremely confident in each other.
Confidence, and I'll tell you, discipline. They're really disciplined. They're doing their job. Taking care of their responsibilities. They're playing for each other. And one of the big things that's happened to this program is we now have depth. We've got a lot of kids that are playing and doing their jobs, and we haven't lost a fourth quarter this season. And
yeah,
did it again today.
Coach, I thought Sean had a great game, obviously, but it's pretty rare in high school that you see 4 receivers that can literally make a huge play on any down.
Yeah.
Talk about the 4 receivers and the weapons that Sean has.
Well, I'll go back to the days when I was working with that guy over there, John Fowler. We've had discussions with Sean because he's got possibly the best player in Western New York on his outside, and it's he can at times go to him every time. And the bad guy, I've said, Sean, if you keep going to 1, I'm going to pull you out. Because we have 3 guys that can play and make a play at any time. And I'll tell you, don't shortchange 21, too. He makes a big difference for us running the ball. He's a little banged up. He's had a little shoulder thing going on. And he gave us a great effort today. And it's a great compliment to the group, to the team.
Timmy, we talked about that in the pregame. This game could come down to the Orsini factor. How can this running game get going? Because you know how good Sansone is, and we know how good Faison is, and Sweet Home knows them very well. Are they going to, who are they going to let beat you? Is it going to be Orsini or is it going to be Faison? I mean, 3 touchdowns today.
Coach, you got Kemba West and then, a couple more teams. What's the message for the team for the rest of the season, going forward?
Well, we knew this was going to be a tough one. Sweet Home scored, 40 points a game, and at number 8, it's just a heck of a player, and we talked about tackling. We worked on tackling, wrapping, and finishing tackles because we knew he was tough to tackle, and he was. He made plays today, and Sweet Home had a good game plan with going in tight. They're a little bigger than we are, and I give credit to our kids. They stood up strong at the end. But our message is just one game at a time. We're still winning, at least we haven't proven anything yet. We've won 4 games. We're excited. Don't get me wrong. We're happy. And, each game I said to the kids that we haven't fun yet, and they get excited, if you heard them. But we got a long way to go. We're not, we're playing well. I'm hoping that I get back there and the guys don't want to fire me. I let up 35 points, So got things to do, and we're going to stay grounded. We're going to make sure the kids do, and I think they will. They're a great group of kids. They're just having fun. They like practice. They're on time. They're disciplined. Like I said, we talk discipline all the time, and you see it out in the field. We don't retaliate. We very rarely jump off sides. We go on two a lot. We keep teams off balance because of the discipline of the kids, and that's a tribute to, our line is getting no credit. And I'll tell you what, our defensive line and the two interior guys, with and then you got the two ends of Kulik and Dorian are getting after it, but the interior guys are Zayd Al Nasser and Andrew Vinocourt, but the other guys, Dates on the other side, how he hasn't got a Conley Cup yet. That'll come. That'll come. I mean, we'll more attention, but our offensive line is doing a hell of a good job. One guy that did a great job, Kramjot Singh, their one tackle, he got the corner for us 3 times for two long plays down on bootlegs. He did an outstanding job getting the corner for them, and those kids are quick.
Yeah.
So that was the problem for Willie's though last year, was it not that line?
We were banged up, and we had a lack of linemen, and we came into a new thing this year that if you're not in the top 7 or 8 receivers, you're going to go to the offense and defensive line and learn how to play it.
That's great.
And kids bought into it.
Coach, awesome job. We're going to let you celebrate with your team. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. We apologize for that, but
thanks, guys. We appreciate everything you do.
Thank you very much. Enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of the season.
Okay.
Coach Turlo, Willie's Flames. I know Coach Mikey. I'm not, now that he's gone, I can say this. He spends a lot of time in Orchard Park. He's a Bills season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if this guy's got to be? He's a guy that you'd love to see run out of that tunnel with his team. Tim, they're one step closer. I mean, we're not in the playoffs yet, but 4-0.
Well,
beating teams in A with.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about. You mentioned who they beat, right? And we gave them some flowers, right? We said, but this was the game, right? This was the game because
they had to win this one.
We knew Sweet Home was for real, right? And they still are for real. I mean, a one-score game.
It's a one-score game.
One-score game that.
And they turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, that the roughing the passer was huge. That was it was 3rd and 15 or something like that. They gave him a first down, so it was a huge play. But Sweet Home gets down to the 10-yard line, with the last minute to play. I mean, if that game could have been back and forth for 10 quarters. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 2 really good football teams, and just one of those games you hate there's a loser. But that just shows that the Will East, the difference from last year to this year is they're finding ways to win these games now.
And Tim, he was being kind. The Will East line last year, I'm surprised Sansone made it through the season.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
We saw that South Park game. They obliterated that line, and it was almost scary. Like, can they protect this quarterback?
Yeah, but you know what? And the line deserves all the credit.
They do.
But the best way to help a line is get rid of the football right away.
Yes.
And Sansone is doing that. He's getting the ball, and in 2 seconds the ball is gone. That will make any line look good. And the line is good. I'm not saying that. But his game changing has definitely helped them huge.
So it was an incredible day for the Willie's Flames. And again, Sweet Home, they hung in there. They took the lead at one point, Tim. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they took a 28-21 lead at one point in this game. They had a 7-0 lead.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Panthers were pushed around at all. Again, that scoreboard.
No, it was
as close as this game was. And Sweet Home was driving at the end. They were driving at the end, and their turnover cost them dearly. But they will learn from that. This is still a young team coming into their own. They should get things fixed on their end. Great coaching job by that Panthers coaching staff today. Great job by the Flames. It was an incredible game.
Yep.
Glad we were able to do this one. And St. Joe's falls to Canisius today. Bennett beats Orchard Park. I'm not sure about the other scores, but Luke Prince, I know you had a tough one today. Luke, Tom reported that he had to be taken off the field today. Luke, I'm thinking about you, buddy. Luke, let me know how you're doing, buddy. Send me a message as soon as you can. Please let me know you're doing okay. Shout out to my man, Luke Prince. I might have to stop by and check that kid out. I'm heading a little south a little bit later. Maybe I'll stop by the Prince household and grab a chicken wing or something. But great day of high school football. Great weekend of high school football. And there's another great game coming up later tonight. Cassadaga Valley, Falconer, and Maple Grove are hosting Olean. Our guys are going to do that game down there. It's at Falconer. Great game down there tonight. Timmy, what's your takeaway from Week 3 high school football?
Just several
Week 4.
Several great games, and Frank, there's a lot of parity. There really is. I mean, you have your few teams at the top, obviously, but it just seems like there's a lot of teams that can beat any team.
Yeah.
Really.
Star Point beat Maritime.
Yeah.
Case closed. And anybody can beat anybody.
Exactly.
So, yeah, this was a crazy game, and we're going to have a crazy finish to the season. So, one more game for WNY Athletics tonight. We'll see where we are next week. A lot going on for Tim Chief, Russ Battaglia, Timmy Gardner, Joe Kraus, Timmy Morozek, Mario Hall, and our new guy, Brock Balsano.
Great name.
Great name. I'm Frank Wolf, WNY Athletics. We will catch you again next weekend, or you can watch tonight the Falconer Maple Grove Casadega Valley as they host